Well, the dog fighter is back in the news again, but this time it's even for worse reasons. And I saw this coming, and it's no surprise. You know, Michael Vick, man, we already knew he was cooning and butt dancing when he made that absurd comment on on Speak for Yourself with the fat piece of other coon, Jason Whalelock, talking about Colin Kaepernick needed to brush his hair and all this. Now we starting to see from there to him being an intern with the Kansas City Chiefs, which didn't pan out too well. Now, according to what's going on, let me just get it to you here. He's just got hired on Fox Sports News and Fox Sports 1 NFL analyst just got hired today. And this is coming from Awful Announcing. How ironic. Let me just get right here to you on this. I may leave the link in the description if I only read the whole thing out. Fox keep adding to their roster of NFL analysts, and their latest picks seem likely to be controversial. As per AJ Perez of USA Today, they brought in Michael Vick as an analyst for Fox NFL Kickoff. That's the early 11 a.m. Eastern pregame show on Fox. That's the one feature Carissa Thompson, Colin Cowherd, Dave Wanstead, and Charles Tillman last year. Tillman ain't coming back. And Tony Gonzalez, another coon, already has been announced as an addition, but the full lineup isn't out yet. So Vick will also appear as an analyst on FS1's debate show. That means Speak for Yourself. And I don't know, maybe possibly Undisputed. No, Shannon Sharp would eat his ass up. So, you know, here's Perez has some quotes on the subject. I'm very excited. Over the last 7 or 8 months, I've done a lot of interviews, and I think I've gotten better as I've put in those situations more often. Things really came together with Fox over the last couple months. This is what Michael Vick was telling them. They have shown that I always watched and admired. My friends and family are thankful and proud of me. I've never criticized guys, but I will be critical. Wait a minute, say that again. Hold on. I've never criticized guys, but I will be critical. Yeah, you was critical telling Colin Kaepernick he need to cut his hair. Fuck out of here, Vic. You bitch ass motherfucker. Great players understand that. I've seen the reaction from my teammates watching shows in the team lounge when they disagree with something. I'm a credible guy, and I think people will respect that. No, Michael Vick, you're not credible. Motherfucker, crackers still hate your ass because you were killing dogs. Hell, I'm a dog lover myself, and I didn't even like that. You know. So he was obviously an outstanding player, but we feel he has an incredible bright future as an analyst. This is by John Entz, Fox Sports President of Production and Executive Producer, said in an email to USA Today Sports. He has stayed close to the game and has many relationships with today's current coaches and players. We feel he could bring a truly unique perspective that intrigues and engages our viewers. In other words, make a long story short, he's going to be on there buck dancing and cooning. Interestingly enough, that piece has only one line about Vick's 2007 conviction for his role in funding a dogfighting operation, with plenty of accounts of cruelty to animals, and is buried in the second to last paragraph. That conviction is going to come up in any job for him, though there's still lots of people who is, like I just said, very angry about what he did. Consider the conclusion of this 2009 piece of Peter's blog from Joel Bartlett, which is in response to this Richard Cohen Washington Post comment. Bartlett opined that Vick shouldn't have been allowed back into the NFL even after serving his time 21 months in federal prison. But they let him back in, but not Colin Kaepernick. Wow. And Colin Kaepernick didn't do nothing. You know, we gave the man the benefit of the doubt, and he tested positive for marijuana on the day he was taking an empathy course. Then, weeks before he was set to go to jail, he went into a pet shop in Newport News, Virginia, and bought a bulldog. Frankly, nothing sat right. We worried that, I'm sorry, might just be the words in the wind. We didn't want his empty words or his money, offered and rejected. We wanted him to take the latest neurological test that's now being given to violent offenders. A test that can tell if the part of one's brain that registers empathy is active. He wouldn't do it. That's when we said, so long. Wow. Michael Vick may deserve to walk free, but he doesn't deserve to be a football star or a hero to children, and no group has any business helping him do so. We thank Richard Cohen for remembering the dogs Vick personally electrocuted, held underwater in a swimming pool, strung up like hammocks, and slammed into the ground until their backs broke. And here's the ironic part. Us in the black community, we frowned upon that. You don't do that to dogs. You know, he was doing all that shit while at the same time, let me bring it up to you. Me and 1LVZ, Ben said this. How he turned around and he gave a chick herpes, calling himself Ron Mexico. And we the ones came out there and defended his bitch ass. Although we knew he was doing some fucked up shit. Okay, 2009 is a long while ago, of course, but much of the anti-Vick sentiments remain. Consider this 2016 piece from Mother Nature Network, which discusses how some Pittsburgh Steelers fans abandoned the team once they signed Vick, and how many animal advocates still despise Vick despite his efforts to rehabilitate this image. Yeah, you know, like, you know, you chopped off your cornrows and all this stuff, and now you want to go, just go clean cut. And you still went to jail. Just like your daddy. Anyway, the local rallying against the home team haven't supported their city's most popular sports team since August, when quarterback Michael Vick joined the team. Hopefully Vick will not be re-signed and will go far, far away and live a quiet life where he never lays a finger on another animal. That's coming from to the Pittsburgh Burgers agent, Michael Vick's Facebook group. Pittsburghers against Michael Vick's Facebook group. 1 second. Give me a second. Alright, sorry about that. You know, he has no place in Pittsburgh or anywhere in the NFL for that matter. Neither Vick nor any of his Bad News Kennels cohorts were ever tried, let alone convicted for animal cruelty. The federal case was all about racketeering, which was said by Francisa Batista, co-founder and chairman of the board of directors for Best Friends Animal Society, which is a no-kill sanctuary which took in 22 of the 49 dogs found alive on Vick's property. Now, what Michael Vick did was just not dog fighting, which was Martina McClay, who adopted one of the Vick dogs, told the San Francisco Chronicle. It went so far beyond that most people who defend them are uninformed. After failing a polygraph, Vick admitted to killing dogs that wouldn't fight or didn't perform well, but he never faced animal cruelty charges, and many of critics are angry about it. It's part of the reason why Vick continues to encounter protesters at his game, and why people still raise the question of, if he hadn't got caught, would he still be killing dogs? Oh, and that's to say nothing of Vick's most recent controversial opinions. Unveiled on FS1 Suck for Yourself, of course, because that show absolutely sucks, that Colin Kaepernick should get a haircut, which he later tried to walk back without much success, because boy, we laid it into his ass. We was in his chest about that. You know, and here's it is, just to remind y'all, This is what Michael Vick said after sitting next to that coon, Jason Whitlock, saying, first thing we got to get Colin to do is to cut his hair. Listen, I'm not up here to try to be politically correct, but even if he puts cornrows in it, I don't think he should represent himself in that way in terms of just a hairstyle. Just go clean cut. You know I'm about to say something about this. Michael Vick. Colin Kaepernick has not, this is for the record, we said this plenty of times, Colin Kaepernick hasn't committed no crimes. He doesn't have no felonies. He hasn't violated no NFL rules. Okay? I haven't even heard of Colin Kaepernick even being in a fish fight. Okay? Michael Vick, you did 21 months in Leavenworth for killing dogs, electrocuting them, hanging them up like hammocks, slamming them to the ground till their backs broke. And what you think white people what you think Caucasians gonna feel about that? Because after all, some of them they have intercourse with these animals anyway. So of course they gonna feel a certain way. And then at that time, you being a black man at that time, being the highest paid quarterback when you was with the Atlanta Falcons. You know. So yeah, hiring Vick is going to make some waves, and perhaps that's what Fox wanted. But it will be interesting to see just how much of a backlash develop here. I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. I mean, shit, ain't gonna be no surprise to me. Not gonna be any surprise to me. This bitch ass nigga. You know. And saying like that because it got even worse for him at home. Shoot, even his wife doesn't even check his ass saying that why you said that about Colin Kaepernick in the first place. Even checked him so bad that she banned him from the bedroom. That say the booty is closed. You ain't getting none for that. But you know what, Michael Vick, that's all right. You know, I'll step in and all that and handle the one thing that your unequivocal ass could never do. You know, see, Michael Vick is just like is one of those type of cats that my Miami brother Chauncey, the black separatist, often said. He, you know, check out his channel here on YouTube, the GMOC Media. You know. Check out his channel. He's suffering the 3 symptoms like most of our people do. You know, cognitive dissonance, Willie Lynch syndrome, and of course the one when Colin retweeted him just to address him, Stockholm syndrome. You know. But see, Fox Sports, Rupert Murdoch and all of them, they know exactly what they do. Because they know that if we see this Sambo being on there on Fox Sports 1, we know it's gonna be some backlash. But the thing is about it, we not going to be watching it. But this shit, what he's saying here, he doing here, is no surprise to me. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave the link for this article in the description. But you know what? No doubt that's why he was doing all that buck dancing on the coon train and all that, and then try to, you know, at Colin Kaepernick's expense and stuff. This is one of the reasons and stuff why Colin Kaepernick hasn't said anything, because see, like, you know, Vick, you say he apologized, but you didn't apologize to Kaepernick directly, man to man. So in my eyes, he's a coward. You know what I'm saying? That's why Kaepernick ain't say nothing, because he can't trust these motherfuckers, man. They saying one thing one way, then they doing the other thing the other way. Yeah, because we know about your boyfriend LaShawn McCoy, how he came out there and defended this motherfucker here. As far as I'm concerned, Michael Vick been washed up to me ever since 2009. I could care less. Shit. When he spent all those 5 years in Philadelphia robbing the Eagles of all that money and ain't did shit, then went over there to a few miles or cross over to Pittsburgh. Please, bitch ass motherfucker. You know, fuck Michael Vick. You know, none of this don't surprise me. So that's why the reason I'm not even getting upset about that. We know he was shucking and jiving. It's the same thing the other musclehead coon Ray Coon Lewis did to do all that stuff just so he can get him a job over there at FS1. But oh, by the way, speaking of that motherfucker, yeah, I already put the offer in to start the petition on change.org to remove Ray Lewis's statue down in front of M&T Stadium in Baltimore. No, I may be chuckling, but I'm dead serious. I put that petition up there. It'll be up there in a few hours. Watch. I just want to let y'all know that. But as for this motherfucker here, fuck Michael Vick. Piece of shit.